I don't know where to start with this one. So Frank Lampard, Chelsea's greatest ever player and current manager, has just been sacked. I don't know where to start with this because you could look at it two ways. The way I'm taking it is he could absolutely be given more time. Absolutely. The other way you could look at it is the results have dropped recently. There's clearly a bit of a divide between the squad. Lampard's man management is there. He's there to see as a fault in his management because the team's lacking structure, a focal point, I'd say. Someone who can lead the players and instruct the players in a certain way. Maybe it's just he don't have enough experience. Maybe that's it at the minute. But I'm absolutely gutted for him, and I'm gutted myself because Lampard is an icon for all Chelsea fans. You can't look at him in the same way as a player and manager, but he's only been given 18 months. He needed way more time. He could have at least been given till the end of the season, that is for sure. I think football's lost its human aspect with this one. Our board, the board that never gives a manager any time, have got rid of our greatest player. They've not showed any loyalty to him after giving him some assurances that he might actually get a bit more time compared to the other managers have. But they've done it again. And it needs to stop. It's manager after manager. It's a revolving cycle. Lampard this time. Lampard's the one who's got the sack this time, and it's quite upsetting to see. In fact, it's very upsetting. Last season, Lampard, he did so well. Came in with a transfer ban. Second season in management after quite a successful season at Derby. Made the step up to Chelsea and had a really good season. Got Chelsea into the Champions League football without any money to spend. Only Kovacic was bought in on a permanent. Lost Eden Hazard, our best player by a country mile. The best player in the Premier League as well. And we also had to implement the youth with the transfer ban that had happened. So it gave us an opportunity, and it gave Frank an opportunity to, bring these players in. He did a great job at that. Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Fikayo Tomori. They're all established first team players now because of Frank and his ways and his methods that he implemented in that first season. So I just think it's really upsetting that he's had the sack. I at least think he should have been given till the end of the season, that is for sure. New articles come out by The Athletic as well regarding his downfall as manager, and it's quite a revealing article. It tells a lot, and you do look at it now and think maybe it's best for the club that he was let go of. It appeared he started to have fallouts with the board, Marina Granovskaya, the club's director. And once that starts to happen with a manager in Chelsea, you know the outcome. It's only ending one way, and that's a sack. I don't know what to say. I love Lampard. Everyone loves Lampard as a Chelsea fan, but maybe it was time to leave. I'm certainly along the side of he needed more time, but when you read these Athletic articles, the player fallouts, how he stopped giving advice and speaking to his players. All the fringe players, it seemed like he just wanted to speak and encourage his players he liked, his main standards. For example, Mason Mount, Reece James, the Tammy Abrahams of this world, Pulisic, and it seemed like the fringe players like Rudiger, Emerson, Jorginho, they actually got neglected by Lampard, which is, you do look at it and go, that's quite poor man management. And maybe it needed the change after all, but I'm absolutely gutted for him, and I hope Chelsea start to learn on this revolving door that's taking place where a manager comes in and a manager goes out after a bad spell, a bad run, and I think it's something Chelsea really need to change. They need to change the mentality at the club because it's becoming too frequent, this chop and change in between managers. There's no stability, cannot create a project. With doing this, Lampard was meant to create this big project. It was meant to be a change in mentality that the club were going to go down, implementing youth, transfer ban, bringing Jody Morris, Petr Cech back to the club, old heads, know the club inside out, and they were going to bring the best out of this new young squad. But it's happened again, he's gone. And you do wonder with the reports of The Athletic that the players began down in tools, which is not nice to see ever. But it seems to be quite a recurring theme at Chelsea. The players seem to lose the trust in the manager and they start to down tools where they don't perform for him. And that only ends in one thing, Chelsea losing games and then the sack for the manager. It's almost as if they play the manager out of the club. It's never a good thing at all. And then the man coming in, Thomas Tuchel, and I'm positive he's going to have the same implications as Lampard did and all the other managers did. He's not going to get more than 18 months. They're going to have a bad spell. Mark this down. They're going to have a really bad spell and Tuchel will be out the door too. I will fully back Tuchel. I'm gutted for Lampard, as I've said, but I will fully back Tuchel. You have to back your manager. He's the one taking the club forward. So Thomas Tuchel, I don't really know much about him. I know that he's seen as quite a let's call him a nerd. He's seen as quite a nerd in the German managing world. He's regarded as quite a tactical genius and he's got a good analysis of the game. And, you know, it could be quite good. It could be what we need at the minute, Chelsea. A bit of stability, a bit of experience, a bit of tactical nous. So, yeah, Tuchel could be the man to take us forward for the immediate term. But I don't think he's going to be here long term. Maybe we're just getting him in till the end of the season and then evaluating and getting Nagelsmann from Leipzig. But if he steadies the ship a bit, Tuchel, I'll be happy. And the most important thing is the German connection. I really hope Timo Werner and Kai Havertz can start to perform. I would love for Tuchel to be able to get the best out of them. Big money signings. There's a lot of press attention on them not performing. Frank got a lot of criticism in the press for it. But I'm hoping Tuchel will be able to get the best out of him. He used to work under Rangnick at Leipzig, who coached Timo Werner, so I'm guessing he will have a conversation with Rangnick about Timo Werner, and hopefully he knows how to get the best out of him. So yeah, overall I'm genuinely devastated for Lampard. I'm devastated myself because I would have loved Lampard to succeed in this job. It's his ideal job. He's my ideal manager to take the club forward, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. And we've just got to support Tuchel now. We've got to support him. He's the man to take us forward for the immediate future. And we have to get back behind him and back him and hope that he can work miracles with Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. So yeah, they're my thoughts. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. I've just started this channel out and it really helped me. Please subscribe and join the journey. Thank you. Up the Blues.